When Ashley Faye steps before the bench, her record reads like a cautionary tale of second chances squandered, multiple thefts, parole violations, and now credit card abuse, all piling into one fateful sentencing day. The courtroom waits to see if her plea for mercy will matter, or if her luck has finally run out.
All right, are you Ashley Faye?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Faye was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the third-degree felony offense. Well, and it was a state jail that was enhanced to a third degree of credit debit card abuse. The agreement was for a cap of 5 years. And I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Just a comment as to what Ms. Faye's comments were, Judge. It appears that she's not taking responsibility. I spoke with her about that. I think
I was just kind of confused and the way it was worded, I didn't know what, I was never really truly told like the specific on the case, like.
Did you use somebody else's credit or debit card?
It was me and my friend did.
Okay.
And I didn't understand how she worded it.
Okay.
But yes, I did.
Okay.
that's the only correction I had, Judge.
Any corrections, Mr.
Nothing that I
Nichols?
saw, Your Honor.
Also, in addition to that report, I have received just not, looks like a few pages of jail incident reports that I've reviewed as well. Has everyone received those?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed with the argument.
Yeah, Judge, I think looking at her criminal history, it doesn't scream that this is somebody that deserves a chance on probation. That's what she's asking for, however. If you look at her comments on page 4, she's asking for Santa Maria. We've already talked about that a little bit this morning. She's indicated to the probation officer that she doesn't have an issue with drugs. She wants to go to Santa Maria for, I guess they've got a kind of like a cognitive track there also. But obviously, looking at the PSI report and everything that's in it, if they can give her help with drugs there, then that's certainly something that would be beneficial to her. She's ready, I think, to stop going to prison. She's realized that that's not something that she wants to continue to do. She's put herself in that position again today. But speaking with her, she's really ready to turn her life around. And regardless of what you do here today, Judge, she's asking for probation, but even if you send her to prison, I think she's made up her mind finally that this will be the last time that she comes into court for any kind of felony offenses. She's really hoping that you would give her the opportunity to go to Santa Maria and get that the tools that she needs to make the better decisions in her life.
When did you get off parole?
January.
January of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
So you committed these offenses. You got off parole and you thought, let's do it.
Actually, Judge, the offensive date predates her.
Oh, so you were
discharge.
on parole. There we go. I was looking at that possession of controlled substance that haven't been filed. So you were on parole. Mr. Nichols?
Judge, I'd urge the full range of the cap based on her criminal history.
Bless you.
In addition to the state jail priors that are listed in the indictment, there's also a burglary conviction.
Yeah, she got 7 years. That's the one she was
That's
on
correct,
parole
yes.
for. So you've been convicted of a burglary of a habitation, a theft of a firearm, previous theft, got probations on all of those, even at different times. It looks like you were on probation for the burglary and the theft of a firearm, and then someone, potentially me, I don't know whose court that was in, but here, left you on probation and gave you 2 probations on those new thefts, and then you violated all that after getting those, and now you're here. Okay. All right, Ms. Faye, okay, I'm gonna find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of credit or debit card abuse. Find those prior offenses, convictions true. Going to sentence you to a term of 5 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You're lucky that you got the cap. Mr. Rojas did a good job. It's rare that you're going to get rewarded for more bad behavior. You already got a 7-year sentence. You probably should be getting worse than that. instead of going down. So you will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Mr. Rojas. Good luck to you, ma'am. You can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to step down.
Trustee Butcher's case hits a deeper nerve. A young mother, 6 months pregnant, facing revocation for walking away from rehab and into chaos. Her story teeters between desperation and deception as the judge wrestles with one impossible question. Can someone who keeps falling ever convince the system she still deserves help?
Good morning. Are you Trustee Butcher?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is cause numbers 24 DCCR 1732 and 24 DCCR 1733. Ms. Butcher is on probation in each of those cases. One for burglary of a habitation, which was a 5-year deferred, and also an unauthorized use of a vehicle. And there were motions to adjudicate filed in each of those cases. And Ms. Butcher was previously here, pled true to counts 1, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I've received the updated report. This was not agreed. Has everyone received that and reviewed the report?
We have, Your Honor. Yes, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Your Honor.
Not from this.
And what is this, it might say here. The new case is out of Harris County,
She was placed on
probation, right?
probation and sent to the Santa Maria Rehabilitation Facility.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Rojas, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. And that's true, Judge. She was sent to Santa Maria through probation at Harris County. And as the PSI points, or the updated PSI points out, she left that facility. I spoke with her about that. She left that facility because there were open warrants out of Jefferson County. She wanted to take care of those warrants, not because she didn't want the help provided there. She tells me she does want to go back to the Santa Maria facility, and there they will help. She's got a 3-year-old son, in addition to being 6 months pregnant right now. And the facility is a facility that will allow her to bring her 3-year-old with her, as well as she will keep the newborn once that newborn is she's giving birth. And she does want the help that Santa Maria can provide, and she's willing to go back there. And that's what she wants the newborn to be once he's born, or she is born. As far as what she wants to do with her life, she tells me she has worked in the healthcare industry in the past, and she wants to go get her CNA licensing, and she wants to continue doing that when she gets out. She does have a letter she wants to read to you, Judge, and I think if this is the appropriate time, she wants to do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Dear Honor, I have been in jail since April 29, 2025. I left the rehab because I wanted to come back here and turn myself in.
Let me just stop you real quick right there, because the officer called Santa Maria, and the people at Santa Maria, according to what that officer put in this report, said that you left the facility because you changed your mind.
I did not.
Hang on. Quote, Santa Maria is not the best option for me at this time. Are you saying you did not say
I
that?
did not say that. She know why I left because I had a warrant for my arrest and I didn't want the police to pick me up. I couldn't go to the DPS and get my ID and stuff, so I was gonna come back to Port Arthur, turn myself in, and just go from there. But I didn't leave because I didn't want the help. That's why I found out I was pregnant on March 31st. I found out I was pregnant. I was in that rehab. I left because they wanted me to go to get my ID, and I couldn't go there because I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Okay, so you found out you were pregnant in March,
Yes.
and then you went and committed an evading arrest with a vehicle a duty on striking an unattended vehicle, and an aggravated assault against a public servant a month later after you found out you were pregnant?
I was on drugs, Your Honor.
While you were pregnant?
Yeah, I made the mistake of leaving the rehab and I got on drugs and the next few days later I got arrested.
But you said you made the mistake of leaving the rehab, but you said you left the rehab to come and turn yourself
Yeah.
in. So
So
you
I
didn't
bought a
leave the
bus
hang on. So you didn't leave the rehab to come turn yourself in, because if you had, you would have come straight here and turned yourself in and you wouldn't have these new
I had to
offenses.
catch the bus, so I had to go downtown, wait for the bus to come, and in that time, I caught a charge. I don't want to be separated from my baby, Your Honor. This is my,
So in that time, hold on. So you had left the facility at least by April 17th.
yes,
And then your new charges were April 29th.
yes,
So that's 12 days
Yes.
of waiting on a bus and catching a
I
charge?
didn't have the money, so I got the money together to catch the bus back out here, the Greyhound. And once I got the money, the day I was going downtown, I got arrested for trying to evade the police because I was on drugs. I was scared and I was on drugs.
So all the times that you failed to report to the probation office, March 7th, March 10th, hold on, there was a third one,
March 12th.
March 12th, April 10th.
I
So
never knew I had all those dates after the 7th. After the 7th, I thought I was revoked already. After the first time I did report, I thought I had a warrant out for my arrest, and I went to the rehab.
but you talked to the probation officer
I
between
talked to
then,
her on the 7th.
and you talked to her ugly.
I got out of jail in March 6th in Harris County.
Mm-hmm.
I called her that day.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted me to report the next day. I couldn't make it.
Right.
So I guess I talked to her within that week. I don't remember talking to her, but I didn't know that she was giving me more opportunities to report. I would have reported. I thought after the first time that was it.
The reason you probably don't remember all that is because I guess you were using drugs while you were pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I didn't know I was pregnant at first, and then I found out.
but then you kept
And I-
using drugs.
Yeah. I need help, and Santa Maria is a good place, and they'll offer me mental health service, and I have an autoimmune disease that they offer treatment for. Jefferson County hasn't been giving me the medication for it. And since I've been here 52 days. They haven't given me any medication, so my baby can, yeah. I don't wanna say it out loud what it is, but, I need the help that Santa Maria offers. I don't wanna be separated from my kids any longer. My 3-year-old is with somebody, a friend, and I wanna be him to be able to come with me. I wanna be able to keep my kids with me and get the help I need mentally and with the drugs.
So where do you actually live?
I live on 1825 17th Street,
What city?
Port Arthur.
So Santa Maria is what, 90 days?
It's up to 6 months, 6 months to 18 months.
It was verified through the Harris County Community Supervision Court Liaison that the program is 6 months.
Yeah.
So where did you get the 6 months to 18 months?
They told me at Santa Maria when I was there, it's up to, you can stay up to 18 months.
Mr. Smith?
Judge, I spoke with Misty Hoffman, who was an assistant DA in Harris County before they sent her to the Santa Maria program. They were thinking about doing that, and she tried to explain to me what it was, and I explained to her. Our intention was not to keep her on probation, it was to seek a revocation in this case. I think everything that she has said up to this point kind of lends credence to the fact that probation is, she's not gonna be successful on probation. I think even today, you can see that she gets, according to the PSI, becomes impatient, easily irritated, argumentative, and confrontational. she's been non-compliant basically since she started in on probation and has made no progress and has no plan. This is the first that we've heard that she even has a residence in Port Arthur. We had no idea that she had any kind of residence in Jefferson County. She didn't have one prior to this, so I don't
I've
even
been
know
here
whose
the
house
same-
this is.
So here's the thing,
Yes, ma'am.
talking over people,
Sorry.
being confrontational with your probation officer is not gonna get you anywhere. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you have, what's the place in Port Arthur that you have to live?
It's a home, it's a house.
Whose house?
It's my house. I've been renting it
Since when?
since before I got, on rehab. I've been using the same address.
Well, but
Before
you've
I got
told,
probation.
but you told probation that you didn't come back here, hold on, because you were homeless.
I've never been homeless, ma'am.
You said that in the original pre-sentence
No,
report.
I told her I was at a motel and she assumed I was homeless, but I'm not homeless.
But originally, when I put you on probation,
I gave y'all 1825 17th Street, which is where I live.
if you had a residence here in Jefferson County and you were on probation here in Jefferson County, then why didn't you come back here when you got out like you were supposed to?
I tried to come back and I did come back. I didn't report because I thought I had a warrant out. I thought I was revoked already.
So
I don't
you
know
were
how
just gonna
this
wait it
works.
out until they came and caught you?
Came to turn myself in and I got arrested. I was gonna turn myself in. I didn't
Everything
wanna
you're
be on
saying,
the run.
everything you're saying is conflicting.
How?
Because you're,
I'm here. I'm here.
yeah, you're here in custody and you're just, I think you've told so many lies to everybody that you don't know how to keep up with them.
It's no lie, ma'am.
It's,
I was
it's-
in Houston. I came back and
You-
I came back March 7th. I was here. I didn't report. I was on drugs.
So you were already here March
I
7th.
was here March 7th. I was here, and then she told me to come in.
So there's no reason on March 7th that you couldn't have, you were talking to her about needed a bus and all this stuff. That was all just lying back then.
No, I was in Harris County. I was in Harris County. I got here March 6th. She told me to report March 7th.
So if you were here March 7th,
Yes. Y'all know I was on drugs.
Our jail reports to the judge.
Can you please give me the help that I need and let me keep my kids?
I put you on probation in the first place to get the help that you need. I put you on
Well,
probation,
maybe-
hang on. I put you on probation for 2 felonies with all the resources we have to help you. And instead of taking advantage of those, you came back, you didn't go ask for help, you just had to show up one time and say, I need help, I'm pregnant, I'm using drugs, I need help. It's easy to say you need help when you've picked up 3 more felonies.
I didn't pick them up, they dismissed them, I only got one. They dismissed the other ones.
Well, I'm sure that was part of some plea agreement. You still got arrested for
Yes,
3
ma'am.
felonies, serious felonies. Not just little stuff, not a possession case.
Your Honor, please, I do not want to be a felon, I can't complete
Well,
this.
quit committing felonies.
Yes, ma'am, that's because of the drugs in it. I lost a baby last year. I had a stillborn at 7 months pregnant because of drugs. I need help with the drugs and rehabilitation.
Maybe you need to stop getting pregnant for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like one of the jail incidents also involved an assault of another inmate and an attempted knock through a bar or soap and actually hit one of the correctional officers and tried to swing on one of the other correctional officers.
That is okay.
What
I've
that,
never tried to assault a correction officer at this
Okay.
time.
no?
Like jail, prison time, and no.
Let me take a, So why did you refuse to go to the hospital when you fell?
Because I was feeling okay and I had a doctor's appointment coming up. And I was gonna tell her. The last time I told them I slipped and fell, they didn't do anything in the jail, so I was gonna wait till I go to my doctor's appointment.
But they wanted you to go to the hospital to get checked out.
I didn't know they wanted me to go to the hospital. They just had me sitting in the infirmary.
So, you supposedly said you fell, you were refusing to go to the hospital. They told you the doctor wanted you to go to the hospital. You said that you would go, but asked if you could go back to your dorm first. And they said, we're not doing all that back and forth. You asked if you would be transported via van or EMS. They said, don't worry about that. Then you said, I refuse, I'm not going to the hospital.
That's when I talked to Dr. Kim. Dr. Kim told me whatever was wrong, I could tell the doctor when I went to the doctor. So that's what I was waiting on.
So they're making it up that doctor wanted you to go to the hospital.
They wanted me to go, and I told them I was gonna wait until.
So, but that makes me, you're not taking care of yourself and your baby.
My baby is fine.
How do you know? If you fell and hit your head and they wanted you to go get checked out at the hospital, then how do you know she's fine or he's fine? You don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Go sit down for a minute.
Across both hearings, one theme echoed through the courtroom: second chances can't save those who won't save themselves. Ashley Faye's case painted the portrait of habitual relapse, a woman who climbed out of one sentence only to tumble into another. Her defense leaned on the hope that rehabilitation could succeed where punishment had failed. Yet, the judge saw a pattern: probations granted, promises broken, and every lesson ignored. Her 5-year sentence wasn't just retribution, it was the justice system drawing a boundary after years of leniency. Then came Trusty Butcher, perhaps even more tragic. Pregnant, struggling with addiction, and clinging to the idea of reform, she became a mirror of chaos meeting consequence. Her story oscillated between confusion and contradiction, a woman claiming she wanted help but running from every institution designed to provide it. The judge's frustration was visible, not from cruelty, but from exhaustion. The courtroom had heard this song before. Promises, tears, and vows to change rarely survive contact with temptation, and when drugs and deception intertwine, truth becomes the first casualty. Yet, beneath the gavel's authority, there's humanity. Both defendants exposed a raw truth about the justice system. It doesn't exist to destroy people. It exists to protect society when individuals refuse to protect themselves. Ashley and Trusty weren't villains in the cinematic sense. They were cautionary tales, proof that rehabilitation only works when accountability comes first. From forged credit cards to rehab escapes, these stories show that courtroom drama isn't always about guilt or innocence. It's about choice. Every judgment here was a reflection of prior decisions, not destiny, and in both cases the judges tried perhaps one last time to make the defendants see that mercy means nothing without change. So as we leave today's courtroom, one question lingers: how many second chances should justice offer before it must finally protect the rest of us? If you found these cases as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.